Welcome back. There is some news out of the January 6th committee this afternoon. NBC News has learned that the public hearing that was rescheduled because of Hurricane Ian is now likely to take place on October 13th. That is next Thursday. It is possibly the committee's last public hearing. Now, in other legal news, the Supreme Court's new term has officially opened. The High Court will hear cases on a number of divisive issues, including cases involving race, gay rights, and election laws. But the court is also contending with mounting scrutiny over its own legitimacy, with its own justices sparring publicly about the issue. Just 40% of Americans approve of the job the Supreme Court is doing. That's according to Gallup. That ties for a new low. That same poll found that just 47% of Americans trust the judicial branch altogether. That is a new low as well. I'm joined now to discuss this by former U.S. Attorney and current LA Times legal affairs columnist Harry Litman. Thank you so much for being here.
Good to be here.
Great to see you. So let's start by talking about this new term. What were your takeaways just from today, this first day of the first new term?
Just from today, it was really noteworthy how active Justice Jackson was in questioning. So she was really mixing it up quite a bit, seemed unafraid from her perch on the far right where a junior justice sits. That was a big one. And then otherwise, it was a very active bench, but nothing new there.
Well, what is notable, and I just talked about the range of cases that they are going to be addressing, from race to gay rights to election laws, all of these flashpoints right now in the U.S. And it comes against this backdrop of the fact that the court is dealing with record low approval ratings. Talk a little bit about what's at stake for the court and what you're going to be watching for.
It's really true, and it's a crisis of their own making. So the cases, and they had a juggernaut of a term last year, obviously, and they have another one poised, and they're going out of the starting blocks very quickly this year, and they're the ones who choose what cases they'll hear. All the sort of hot button ones that are coming up, they didn't have to take them, and they are, and I think most people think it's going to be another sort of rolling set of very conservative results. That's where the crisis does come from, and the sniping that you referred to at the top. You have justices saying publicly, look, there's a problem here when people perceive that what's really happening, the results are really driven because you have new justices in there. So you had this brass knuckle politics that inserted those 3 new Trump justices. Roe versus Wade is overturned, and many other things, and it looks like more of the same coming this term.
There had been all of this discussion when we got that draft of Roe being overturned that Chief Justice John Roberts was potentially trying to make that not be the outcome, to find the middle ground there. But given the numbers, is it possible for him to potentially change any of the outcomes of these cases? You talk about you're potentially bracing for very conservative outcomes.
It's really true. The 5 will work their will, and even though they're new and you might have thought they would proceed kind of methodically, they are just, pedal to the metal, and that was the story of last term. And you're right, even Chief Justice Roberts, who normally would be able to slow them down a bit, he wasn't able to, and in the big cases, it looks like they're going to go where they will go.
I want to ask you about a development out of Trump world, his legal battles. The National Archives saying that there are still documents missing from the former president. Of course, this comes amidst that investigation into potential mishandling of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. How could this potentially weigh into the DOJ investigation?
So, first of all, can you imagine? This is what, the sort of 5th time that he hasn't come totally clean, if it's true. And the way it would figure in is the obstruction charges. So it's one thing to have taken them initially, but the series of transactions where he says, oh, you've got them all now. Oops, a few more. Oh, now we don't have. That all weighs in the federal crime of keeping them, even though you know there's an investigation, and in legal terms, that's an obstruction charge.
And the Oath Keepers trial, opening remarks today for opening arguments, I should say, in the case of Stuart Rhodes.
4-week trial, going to be very dramatic. Rhodes says he'll testify. There will be cooperating witnesses. The department has managed to turn people to testify against them. Seditious conspiracy, always a hard charge to prove, but the DOJ is all in. And that figures for Trump, too, because Rhodes may be saying, hey, I know I was there being violent, but that's because I thought I was answering the call of the President of the United States. So that figures in all these charges about January 6th for Trump as well.
And just finally, all of this is the backdrop as we are reporting at this hour that it is likely there's going to be another hearing next week by the January 6th committee. Now, the January 6th committee has said it will present its evidence when it is ready to do so, when it feels as though it's finished all of its interviews, et cetera. But what will you be watching for in that hearing?
Well, so they have to do two things. They both want to, if Thompson is accurate that this will be the last one, they want to sort of tie it up with a bow, but they also want to have an independent theme, as they've so effectively have done in previous hearings. My best guess, it's, just speculation, is we'll be hearing a lot about Roger Stone and the group of people who were in the Willard Hotel, who formed something of a bridge between the Rhodes folks and Trump himself.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.